it's all about coal. Who would have thought it, that we're beginning the new year with a very old play? Let's take a look at Whitehaven Coal. In fact, its shares currently up by around 7% in this morning's trade. And it's tracking essentially the price of coal. Now, this is after Indonesia banned exports on concerns it couldn't meet its own power demands. So, what are our experts feeling about Whitehaven and the outlook, I guess, more generally for coal? Mark?
I can't speak authoritatively about Whitehaven because I haven't actually looked at it for quite a few years, but I can say that my view on coal is very positive. Even though, forgetting the ESG type movement and the demonising of coal, the reality is there's been far fewer new mines being brought on around the world, so there's a big squeeze. And I think I was reading the other day that Germany last year it burnt more coal than they ever have in their history, all in the name of climate change, supporting their goals on zero emissions, because they closed down nuclear power plants, which is beyond my understanding. And I was talking to an exec at Glencore, who I think they're right up there as one of the largest coal miners in the world, and they are minting money. They said the coal is their biggest earner at the moment, and they are very, very bullish about the future. So even though it may be politically incorrect in a lot of quarters, I think coal's not going away anytime soon. And because of the fact that it's been very difficult to bring on any new suppliers, countries like Australia, who have high grade coal, generally are in a very good position. So I'm quite positive about it. Going back to Whitehaven, I can't forecast what their earnings are going to be, because they dropped into a loss last year, and I don't know enough detail on what's going on within the company to be able to have an opinion on it. But I'll say I'm very bullish on coal.
Yep. Okay. Carl, of course, coal, pretty much a dirty word, particularly if you're a ESG investor. So what are your thoughts specifically on Whitehaven?
Yeah, look, I mean, the whole world is down on coal, isn't it? And it's very trendy to be down on coal, but, I echo Mark's sentiments there. And whilst, longer term, there probably isn't a great place for coal in our energy future. In the short to medium term, it's going to still be play a crucial role in that transition. And Whitehaven, is obviously well placed to take advantage of that short to medium term potential demand there and price fluctuations to the upside as the world transitions away and kind of throws the baby out with the bathwater to some extent. So it's kind of a little bit of a perverse upside there in some ways. But look, I mean, I'll put some colour around some of the comments Mark made. So he said they did dip into a loss last financial year, expecting a big bounce back this year as they sort of get some of those production issues under control. And we're seeing, a nice spike in coal prices, mainly, a spike in coal prices as we've had some energy issues, crises in Europe and the US, and people trying to keep warm in the northern hemisphere. So, in the Indonesia thing is symptomatic of this again short-term picture of countries looking to secure that energy transition, or have security through the energy transition. So, prices are up. Whitehaven is not expected to increase its earnings greatly over the next couple of FYs. If you look at the broker consensus, we're probably looking at a reduction of sort of 20-30% year on year. But they're estimates, and those estimates tend not to take into account these short-term price fluctuations. So if we sort of bring that back, there's a potential upside there. There's a disconnect between the negativity in general in coal, the negativity in the estimates for Whitehaven specifically, and what's actually happening. And that's kind of been reflected in the share price. So if you're looking at the chart, we're actually seeing, you probably wouldn't have imagined that a coal stock could be in a long-term uptrend, but it is. Short-term uptrend has swung back to the upside after a bit of a pullback through sort of November, December, and it's actually starting to look really good. Higher peaks, higher troughs, candles are starting to improve, moving averages are turning up. So look, on the basis of the chart, on the basis of some of those fundamentals, I could see, I could buy it here. I could happily buy it here, but it would be more of a risk money bet given the volatility. Obviously, it's an option on coal prices. So it's a momentum trade. It's not necessarily one for your sort of income or defensive investors. It's more for your technical analysts and your momentum players looking to get in and get out based upon a theme.
Okay. Good one. That is Whitehaven Coal.